Hi, it's Janine Turner, and this is your God on the Go Minute. All right, I'm reading the Bible in a year, as you know. By the way, I read the NRSV version, in case you're curious. Back in November, I missed about a few days, and so every time I'm ahead in my Bible reading, I go back and catch up. I now just have about 4 missed days. So I'm backtracking a little. This is Deuteronomy 4, 5 through 9. Okay, you ready? See, just as the Lord my God has charged me, I now teach you statutes and ordinances for you to observe in the land that you are about to enter and occupy. You must observe them diligently, for this will show your wisdom and discernment to the peoples, who when they hear all these statutes will say, surely this great nation is a wise and discerning people. For what other great nation has a God so near to it as the Lord our God is whenever we call to him? And what other great nation has statutes and ordinances as just as this entire law that I am setting before you today? But take care and watch yourselves closely, so as neither to forget the things that your eyes have seen, nor to let them slip from your mind all the days of your life. Make them known to your children and your children's children. Okay, there's a lot that's powerful in that. God has given us great statutes and ordinances to observe in our land. We're a nation with freedom of religion, but that doesn't mean it has to be freedom from religion. And the ordinances and the great laws and sense of justice that is born out of Old Testament and New Testament, of course, are just a great way to observe in a country, or great laws to observe in a country. I'm always fascinated in the Old Testament when Moses was trying to be the judge to all people, and he became suddenly so tired, and his father-in-law came to him and said, you can't judge all these people, you don't have the energy. So he recommended that he divide everything into sections, thousands and hundreds and tens, and that you have wise people and judges in charge of those particular people. So he set up circuit courts, you know what I mean? Other courts for those districts. And this is what we follow today. There's so much, truly, so much wisdom in the Old and New Testament that we've applied here in the United States. You must observe them diligently and show your wisdom and discernment. So yes, there's wisdom and discernment in God's laws. And then people would then say, surely this is a great nation with the wise and discerning people, because with our wise and discerning laws from God, that's what we become. But we have to follow them. We have to remember them. And what I'm struck with today is this last verse. But take care and watch yourselves closely. Watch yourselves. That's you and me. Watch ourselves closely. So as neither to forget the things that your eyes have seen, nor let them slip from your mind all the days of your lives. We must keep God's wisdom in the forefront. And the only way I can do that is through reading the Bible daily and through prayer and meditation and all the other things we do, fellowship in church. But the Bible is key for me. And here you go. Here's the kicker. Make them known to your children and your children's children. I think that is the most important for me today. That's what I want to focus on, is make it known to your children and your children's children. I think today it's so hard to reach our children and our children's children, because they're torn and sucked into the world of the telephone and video games and computers and peer pressure and things of that nature. It's just more, Facebook and social media, all of that. So we have to work extra hard, and we have to start really young to teach our children the power and the love and the grace and the laws of our God and Jesus Christ, because that is truly what it's all about, to not get pulled away, to think that other things are important, that peer pressure is important, that government is the be-all and end-all. It is our God and his statutes and ordinances, his wisdom, and it's very important that we teach our children. And our grandchildren start at a young age. I started reading the Bible and things, children's Bible and things like that to Juliet when she was tiny, like in the womb. You know what I mean? Start young. And if your children are grown, still, you can share your wisdom with them. Share what you've read in the Bible, share a great meditation, share this. And then with your grandchildren, that's the wonderful thing about being a grandparent. You can share this infinite wisdom of God with your grandchildren. That's a legacy. My dad used to always bring out pictures of his family and say, look, this was your grandfather, this was your great-grandfather, this was your great-great-grandfather, this was your great-great-grandfather. And that's so important too. Heritage, family, tradition, God, Bible. These things get sort of tossed by the wayside in the vast importance of the seeming moment of modern culture. But really our heritage, I heard something recently that 2 generations back, no one even remembers their names. That's humbling, isn't it? So what we choose to do, what's our legacy? What are we leaving behind? And there's a great strong song that Barbra Streisand sings. It's a Broadway tune. But it says, in essence, all the material things that we leave behind don't matter. It's what we leave in their minds that matters. Have a blessed day.